So I just put this up for those of y'all that's never been to Atlanta before. We're actually not in Atlanta yet. We're headed in that direction. But if you look over there, that's 1, 2, 3 lanes of traffic, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think there's 10 lanes of traffic. I think my camera's turned the wrong way. Let me see if I can switch y'all around. We'll try that again because I think my camera was recording sideways. So, we are not in Atlanta yet. We're on the outskirts of Atlanta, but from here I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 9 rows of traffic. And they're moving at I'm going 6 miles an hour, so I still got a ways to go. I think I got about 10 miles till I get down to 285. 285 is the big road that circles Atlanta. And you can bet your bottom dollar every one of these trucks, they're going to want to be on that road because they're not going to want to go through Atlanta unless they're making a delivery down in there. I'm not even sure if it's legal to do that. So what that means is we all get down there, we're all going to make a right turn, and that's probably why we're all backed up here, is because everybody's trying to squeeze into that 285 road, which is huge. Back in the day, we used to run around there. We had a terminal on this side of Atlanta, Pleasantville Road, and we have another terminal out of Fulton Industrial Boulevard, which is out on I-20 on the west side of Atlanta. This is the north side of Atlanta. And I would run, well, I ran out of Fulton Industrial for many years, and then I started running out of Pleasantville Road, and sometimes when it wasn't too busy, they just, see, there's a UPS truck right there. And we had them cab over max back in those days. But sometimes I spend all night just running back and forth between Pleasantville Road and Fulton Industrial Boulevard, and I think I can do that, I don't know how many times, 5, 6, a lot. I can do that quite a lot, and I was so good at it, I can do it, you know, barefoot with both feet on the dash, smoking a cigarette, drinking a Pepsi Cola, and leaning with one arm out the window, and drinking an RC Cola, and eating a moon pie, and half asleep all at the same time in the snowstorm, which we rarely ever had, but we did have a little ice and every once in a while a little snow. So yeah, I could do all them things back then without even thinking about it. But now that I got bigger and older and more cautious in my old age, and all these roads has multiplied, where there was just a few little roads across around there then, now there's multiple roads and stuff. I tend to avoid that because I'm not as gung-ho, and plus ain't nobody paying me to do it. I mean, that was a big thing too. I used to try to avoid doing that kind of driving. In fact, one of the reasons I went over the road was to get away from the crowdedness of here. And of course, you know, it's pretty crowded in a lot of places, but back then you could escape from the crowdedness if you could get away from the East Coast. If you went west, it was pretty nice driving out there, you know. Of course, up in Maine, there weren't hardly nothing up there. They only got one interstate that goes through up there, and it's not like down here where there's, I don't know how many interstates we got in Georgia. Oh gosh, I'd have to sit down and count them all, because there's 85 and there's 75 and there's 20 and I think 16 runs south of Florida, and I think 10. I don't know if we pick up 10 in Georgia or not down south of. Anyway, there's a lot of them. So more than I can count. Plus you got roads and by roads and circular roads and all that. So anyway, none of that is of great concern to me today. Only thing that is of great concern to me today is getting up there to 285 and getting off. So that's where I'm headed for. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking now. I think y'all seen enough of Atlanta. Well, we're not even in Atlanta yet, but you know what I mean. You've seen enough of the surrounding area. Okay. Any questions? If you got any questions, ask old 63 Impala alias Waylon War. He knows stuff out there, or ask Mr. Heavy Chevy. He knows stuff too. Or you can always ask Cutworm. He's not on YouTube as much as he used to be, because I know he's nursing his body after beating it up for years and his health and all. But you can ask him anyway. Or ask Luke Palioka. He's up there in Maine, sitting on the edge of a mountain. Ask him. He knows stuff too. All right, I'll stop talking now. Goodbye. All right, we're on 285 now. This is still the outskirts of Atlanta. 285 circles Atlanta. You can see some of the biggest buildings here. I want to get off on exit 22. This is Sandy Springs, Roswell, 25. So I got 3 more exits to go. I thought I'd whip the camera out and try to show you a little bit before I have to get intensely focused on my driving. Again, I've been listening to Robert Mitchum's Ballad of Thunder Road. That's always a good piece of music to listen to when you're going through, you know, a place like this. I was listening to Mr. Bill Acker's Stranger on the Shore, and that was good too, but it's a little bit too relaxed. You know, sometimes being relaxed when you're in a tense situation is good for you, and sometimes being out on the edge like Robert Mitchum was in the Thunder Road movie, that's a good way to be too. So I decided to go a little more edgier, but right now I'm going to turn the camera off and go with dead silence. That way, hopefully I can find where this Weather Channel place is, and I'll get back with y'all, let you know how successful I was, and if they'll let me, I'll even shoot some footage from inside there. It might be interesting to see. Talk to y'all later on now. Goodbye. Good luck. Farewell. Happy trails.